Baal Zebub, Lord of flying insects, flies above, and the trees speak to whom they will. Fleas do their duty and have their own thrills. The Satanist now spills. The secret is through the brush and upon their bills. Now, recently there's been a lot of talk about grimoires of Belial and like a Bible of the anthology of Lucifer and all that. Baal Zebub, you got that letter here. Baal Zebub is something else. Baal Zebul is Lord of Copulation. Zebub, what does Zebub mean? The golden Zub, house. Anyways, more fitting name for that of the East than Lucifer. And let's speak with our own things. So why is there not, of course, maybe somebody from that movement or some other ones say, oh, well, it's time to write a gospel or a grimoire or a Bible of Baal Zebub, Belial, Lawitan, or Lawiatan, Bahamut, Azazel, Abaddon. So why not one for each or one for all of them? Or anyways. So an easy spell to use to remove, using salt to remove negative people. Something about J.T. Temple did about burning salt with alcohol and stuff like this. But my comment was, I like to symbolically use as many elements of my diet and the rest of my life as possible. I can think of the separation of salt with the presence of added salt in food, or with a light of some sort. I don't feel like I need salt along the edges, because some people will buy salt to make circles of themselves magically. I guess that'd be a good one in the snow to clean your driveway, but you don't want salt to line up and destroy your ability to garden next to your driveway. I don't feel like I need... okay, Romans would basically offer some of the spilt salt to demons, to placate them. Yeah, so all this holy water and stuff like this comes from traditions of placating demons. I knew I picked the Christian magic one for a reason. Sufism's contribution to the West. I've practiced in the 5 chambers of a Naqshbandi heart. The Naqshbandi, I think is how it's pronounced. I have went beyond that in my own spiritual art. A psychic body is neither spiritual or purely physical, but can take a person to the zone. The screen goes bright and blank in ecstasy. Why must the spiritual master be mean to me? The masculine and feminine associations with God need to be let be. Irene Tweedy's Daughter of Fire book is an interesting one. Sirah number 62, some Sufi orders do renewal marriages. The drinking of kabat, or thorn bush, and drink date skin water until they found anbar, whale washed, was a story I used to tell in more detail. So Yasser Qadi didn't say all the details you can have. The Benu Lahyan are thought by some LDS to be the descendants of Lehi. Okay, something about the execution of Beni Qurayza. But that's it with my thing. Even those in power should not trap or force people to listen to religious talks. Sabaeans are thought to be a type of Zoroastrian. Mazdayasnians are Thustrian, along with the Magi, Magus. So this is Persian religion, one way of thinking. So the Sabian in that sense would be those that aren't exactly Zoroastrian and even thinking to be, and some that aren't. But anyways, I think there's a couple more sets to look at for videos here, so I'm going to see what else there is, but bear with me a second. 62, Sufism Contribute to the West, Lord of the Fleas, an easy spell. Okay, I got that one. In the cow, Iblis was proud. Oh yeah, remember my Iblis series. 62, Lord of the Fleas, remove salt. Okay, I opened that one a few times, did I? 58, an opinion on EA Weddings business. Okay, I'll share some more of these because I might as well share some Satanism-related comments and whatnot that have to do with what I had to say at the end of 2016. 666 subscribers, Joy of Satan Exposed. Shaitan means urinator in the language of Tanakh. Cast out from a place in the Vestin and opposition in Arabic. There is no Islamic Satanism, but Islamic demonology. The scientific reality is light, heat, magnetism, and moisture is the aura. But the moral judgments are ridiculous. ISIS has been the English abbreviation for Mossad for decades. Charlie Rose, 1990, had a guy on saying, well, you know, we wanted an English title and we wanted it sort of like the British intelligence service. So we called it the Israeli Secret Intelligence Service was our English name for Mossad. So they want it to be called ISIL because Mossad, in the media, for that reason, because ISIS is theirs. But a Mossad leader, anyways, it was okay. Islam with Muhammad as a prophet is not unique in its symbolic positions or movements. Science doesn't have to be separate or contradictory to be spiritual. Okay, I went really religious with that comment of something about something that was supposed to be anti-religious. But anyways, you need to replace things, don't you? Most of the evil stuff I do. So this guy and his trying to combat EA Coetting, like, you know, just because his books, EA Coetting was making more money with the voodoo thing. Goetia is not prehistoric, but starts in early Christianity, has roots in Jewish deviations from the path of God's prophets. Well, there was Jewish Satanism to a degree, or partial Jewish Satanism in different forms of Judaism. There's never been one type of Judaism. Why do you think Jeremiah and stuff was always talking about, the Ha-Kohanim, the rabbis and the Cohens, and all these prophets talking about what the other people did. Judaism is ways of the Jews or ways of the Israelites, so there certainly would have been those other than Yahweh's followers. The forms or psychological stimulus, they have various meanings. You need to look at their forms. Number 44 is a particularly interesting one, but it matches its character if you think about it. Different tools vary the experience. Specific metals, stones, woods, animal parts, and other stuff is rarely needed to evoke yourself, but that is the only being you can expect to be controlling. Okay. Sierra 58, maybe I'll skip that for right now. My opinion about EA Coetting and his voodoo courses business. Again, that Haitian Vodun master, I don't know what his name is at the moment. I don't remember what it is. What is it? The secret of Conjure Coven is what you called your witchcraft mimicking TV and movies when you were a kid. Ancestry and human intermediaries have no real importance in spiritual access. I believe people in communities should be respected, but not always their beliefs and practices. Yeah, if you have something different or you say someone's wrong, you should know, oh, good, keep your mouth shut. People really believe something different. Nonsense. That being said, I do not believe that blasphemy and slander of paths is acceptable. There's a difference in difference of opinion and blasphemy. The heart and the throat can be high blood pressure, are the flight or fight response. The jumbling of narrations shows that it's more important to focus on the teachings. Knowing that being good in hopes of reducing evil can be a good idea. Okay. Saliva and hair were not blessings in themselves at all, are when not part of what God directed Muhammad to do. That's not what these narrations were claiming. But Jabir's feast was only one of the 319 miracles that are narrated about Muhammad. Now, there may be ones that I forgot, but there was definitely a list of 319 miracles attributed to him. I guess everybody remembered a unique story from the closest companions at that point, while the more regular people are, I don't know how to phrase it, but you know what I'm talking about. Let's see what 2017 has to say.